you know?
That's what I'm trying to develop as well. The that
Yes.
doesn't come very
Well, I'm
easily.
showing you a shortcut. Anytime I guide you to getting here, welcoming, welcoming, you can
Hmm.
go right to what most needs to be said and wait to let it come.
Mm.
You're already good at that. You don't blurt out. I've added how you can deepen your practice in your silence. So you're not just waiting at random. You can get directly with noticing, welcoming, breathing, to breathe you, move you, so that you're in welcoming, welcoming, and can ask, now what? Of this. What's this? All that you notice and all that's implied, here, now, everywhere, and always, streaming through this. The word this appears in a koan. You know what a koan is?
No.
It's a kind of expression in a form of Buddhism, particularly what eventually got to Japan, a form of Zen, that breaks your mind open. Like, what's the sound of one hand clapping? You can't
There
come up
isn't.
with an answer to explain it. There's another koan, this mind is the Buddha. What mind is this mind? The mind that gets this. That this is always thisifying thisness. Notice to follow all that, you got to get even more pinpointedly focused.
Hmm.
In the Bible,
I had to close my eyes for a sec.
but this is at once this detail and all that it draws on. Or another expression in Zen, universal co-occurring. It's all happening together at once. Or as I put it, nothing's fixed. All that is actually is. All that is actually is. It's all ising. This way. What way is this way? Exactly what's emerging here now with this. Thisifying thisness. Thisness is immediate. There's no filter. It's like how you know you're you. It's concrete, like how you know you're alive. It's direct, like how you can enter breathing and alter it or not. There's no head trip. But it's not unintelligent. It's not mere emotion. It's exquisitely subtle. It's what opens when you can tell you're welcoming. How you know you're welcoming is you're welcoming, welcoming. You can't know you're welcoming unless you welcome it. You can't get to welcoming except through welcoming. But what's welcoming, welcoming? It's so fucking subtle. It's opening. What opening? It's opening that opens. What's opening open to? Openness. What openness? Opening opens the openness it opens to. See, you get all this because it's the way you, so that you, youingly.
Mm.
No other trip. I call it divine, cosmic, and uniquely invaluable messenger for bringing heaven to earth. That makes it a little bit more intelligible, but it's always you and you, not something else. Yeah, I know, nobody talks like this.
Mm.
This is a
I could
this is an Eggendorf rip. Party Vibler.
I could literally snip that part of the video and just like continue like keep that forever. Yeah.
Yeah. One other reference to this, when the children of Israel cross the Red Sea and they get on the other side and the sea swallows up all of Pharaoh's men,
Mm.
they celebrate. Miriam, the sister of Moses, leads the women in singing and dancing. And there's one of the great Hebrew poets in the Bible, poems in the Bible called the Song of the Sea. And one of the key lines, two words, Zeh Eli. Eli is a contraction. El, name of God, E, my. This, my God. This, my God. One of a number of places where the word this is used to refer to God.
Mm.
This that we behold, that's at once the unique particulars just now emerging and all that draws on the immense cold curry. This, that, Eli. You get it. See, not everybody can clear away so much that they can get the simple clarity of God.
You know what I think about when you say that? I think, well, then how do I make that even more? Like, how do I allow people to learn that as well and get that? And I don't have to have the answer right now, obviously, right? And it comes, but
You
I
know how
just think
to get
about
the
it.
answer. You know how to get the answer.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, let me ask.
Ooh, Artie, I another thing to share with you. I know it's 6:31 my time, so it's time, but let me share this with you because
Why is it
on my
your
birth,
time? Are we not doing an hour?
oh, it was an hour, right? It was 5:30, 30,
Oh, yeah, that's right. We did an hour. Right. Okay.
right? Do you have another call to hop onto?
Uh, Not immediately, but soon.
Okay. On
Share.
Friday, my birthday, I I had some time alone for a little while, and it might have, I don't know if it was at night. I can't even remember. I think it was in the morning. It was in the morning before I started anything. I decided to stay home and not go work out in the morning, so I had the time, like an hour and a half to myself. And I stared myself into the mirror, looked directly into my eyes, and held my infant self and my 26-year-old self. It just not simultaneously, but gave them their time in a way that I have never given them time before. And my infant, so I can't even, I talked to her in the way that I talk to my nephew or my dog, and to talk, to realize that I do that, I talk like that normally to others, and to do that to myself and to hear myself then say all the things I normally say. Oh my gosh. I, wow. I just cried in that mirror. I thanked my 26-year-old self, and she's just a badass. I will give her so much credit beyond for this past year of what she's done and what I've done and what we've done. And it was so good. It was so good. I want to do it more. I want to do it again.
You're asking wonderful questions, proceeding in beautiful, new, adventurous exploration, groundbreaking, marvelous. And you know where all your answers will ultimately come from. And you know how to prepare yourself to be most open, receptive, and available for them. If something happens to me and I leave this plane, I would bless you from another plane, all would be fine. But already such a transmission has happened that some whole, at least phase, is complete in a way that it almost never is this beautifully and fully. We can go on. I don't think you've exhausted the possibilities here.
I know, right?
But you need to hear that there's been something so complete that it needs to be acknowledged and honored, respected.
I felt it too.
You need to feel released by me. It's not that I don't want to see you more and more and more. It's not that I love you any less. It's not like I don't want to pour more into you and work with you and share still more. It has to be even more freely chosen, given how far you've come.
I've also come over the weekend to know what I'm supposed to say, how I want to part ways with the Kaya method. It came very clearly. And after Hannah had shared with me or just texted me a happy birthday message and asked or wanted to have me receive clarity in the direction that have always been meant to go.
Wonderful.
And that night, it was very clear. And it felt so complete, so
Beautiful.
jeez.
Beautiful.
And I've also thought about what you just said too. In that if quite literally, if you were to be gone tomorrow, then I would still feel okay. And that we we have done just tremendous work together. It feels very good. And I'll work on that. I'll work on the letting go. But I understand that this could go on forever, and it probably will, despite whatever. It's going to continue, you know?
With utter delight, ever greater joy.
Gosh.
Me too.
Mm. And I haven't even met you in person. It's just the funniest thing, you know?
I feel so intimately joined with you
Me too.
like this.
Hmm. When something amazing happens, I think of you that I want to tell. It's like, oh my God, Artie, I can't wait to tell you this. It's really great.
So blessed to be such a love for you and a wise elder and an aid in all these ways.